Good morning, guys. This is what I took out of the geothermal greenhouse yesterday and just put it right here for this bed. So hopefully it'll help with the thermal banking, because my husband and I disagree. I think this needs more soil up around it. This does not have enough soil up around it. It needs to have soil all the way around. So I'm going to do my best to help it out. But here we go. It's still looking like a jungle with the condensation issues and such. It's affecting the passion vine a little bit, but it's really affecting and this is messy. I haven't even had a chance to clean it up. Look at this from the condensation. But you can at least walk through here now. I still have a lot of the vines to take down and the floor to clean up and to get a lot. See, I have dead leaves everywhere. But it looks like a different greenhouse. I'm going to have to add more soil in this bed. And you can see where all that was. So I'm going to wipe all that down. I've got an area to wipe down on the back. As you can see, the condensation issues we're having. And it just wasn't getting enough light back here with all those vines taken over. I mean, they took over the whole entire greenhouse. So it was covering up and it choked out a bunch of my plants. But it was starting to get dark and cool, and I was wet and tired and dirty, and we had to go get coffee grounds. So I had to do a stopping point. But you can see where, and I was trying to figure this out. I'm at, I think 3 years, maybe 4 on this greenhouse. I'm gonna have to look. We put, you know, a lot of this had the regular dirt, but we also laid wood down here from the ice storm so that we would have the hugelkultur beds. I am so tired. I tried to sit down and watch videos last night and I crashed hard. But anyhow, I need to get more soil. So what I thought I was doing, so it wouldn't be so hard to bring it in all the way down here, I would just go ahead and push some of this soil up that way. And then look, I broke this. Tom had made me a little thing, and I was up in there and I was kind of moving it. So I'm gonna have to get in there, and probably tomorrow. I have some things I got to do today, and I will get the big rake and get in here and move it down, kind of push it all down this way, and then bring in new soil at the front. It's going to be very expensive, because I also need to do this bed. We did that bed at the beginning of summer, and I have yet to finish planting in there. And then I had an antique jar, and I accidentally moved the rocks over here and broke one of the jars. So I have kind of a mess to clean up, and of course my rocks are everywhere and they're not in place, so I'm gonna have to clean all that up as well. But I really don't like that. You know, I got busy and let that vine go way out of hand. Look what it did. This poor thing needs just taken out. And I notice I've got some gnats in here, which I do not want. So I'm gonna catch, I've been seeing a lot of lacewings, so I'm gonna go ahead and release some more lacewings in here. But you can see wherever the vines were, and they had covered this whole area. You couldn't even hardly walk through here. And they left this black stuff all over. And that's not good, but you can see I've got a lime going. And my citrus trees need trimmed again, but I'm gonna have to get the ladder and get in there. And it's kind of bad because I've got a lot of plants in here. I can move a few of those, like those plants can go up on that shelf. There's just a lot of things I can change around in here, but you can see the condensation dripping. So we got the dehumidifier, and our louver is broke. So I don't know if it's the louver or the thermostat. We're gonna have to figure that out. We just have a lot of issues. and a lot of mess to clean up in here. But at least, you know, this greenhouse is neat if it would work the way it was kind of said it would work. I found a few issues with it. Also, I found a new channel and I subscribed to them, and I want you to go check them out. I'm getting ready to send them my information so we can talk. They have a greenhouse in the snow kit too, and we kind of have some questions we'd like to kind of chime back and forth or visit about it. Look at the lemons, guys. The lemons are doing really well. But that way maybe we can tweak some of these issues we are having. And the leak that we had where that plastic had settled down, that roofing paper has pretty much remedied that. So what had happened was is that, I don't know if you can see it, there's black plastic up under there where that tape is, and you were supposed to tape it in on the inside, and the black plastic is supposed to go out, and foam board insulation is supposed to be sitting on the ground. You're supposed to be able to roll that black plastic out so that any rain and stuff or snow will melt. It'll just slide right off. Well, when the ground here settled, it pulled that plastic down and out so that we were getting the leaking. So it would leak down on the back end and then roll out onto the flooring, and I couldn't even walk down here. So it was quite a mess. I think getting the sun, I was half tempted to pull that aluminum shade cloth off, which the ropes on it broke, and so I threw a few boards up there trying to hold it. We're gonna have to try and find some kind of rope or some kind of waterproof vinyl, something that can go through there. I'm gonna ask Tom about what options we have to get something that's going to last, because we can't keep having that aluminum shade cloth come off, because here in Oklahoma it gets hot even in the winter time. The temperatures in here can rise, so we pretty much need to use that aluminum shade cloth here year round. Anyway, I have a huge mess because it also choked out my moringa. I had all that moringa in there, and it's so, yeah, the vines, if you're going to do something like that, it probably needs to be not grown in this bed. It needs to be grown back here where it can trellis and then keep it trimmed. But there's a lot of work to do, and like I said, I wished I would have bought a bigger greenhouse. Looks like it killed all this stuff, so I'm gonna have to pull all this out except for this one, but they're looking rough. And just a lot of cleanup I need to do in here. Get some light in here and get all this dead stuff cleaned up. I did release some frogs in here. There's some, you know, when it was warmer, I released a bunch of frogs. Really good, because they are taking out those roly-polies that were starting to eat my plants. When they run out of dead matter, then they attack your plants. Look, there's more passion vine. This stuff is coming up everywhere. But my chickens had a feast yesterday because I trimmed a whole bunch and rinsed it real good and gave it to them. It seems like this other side's doing better because it has more air moving around. But everywhere else where there's no air moving around, we're having a lot of issues. And in the winter, this really has a lot of condensation issues. So it's definitely going to need to be remedied with that dehumidifier. And get all this dead stuff cleaned up, get all that cleaned up, trim back a little bit of that passion vine because it is taking over. But it is kind of neat to come in here. Yeah, I was knocking stuff over. and I knocked this fence loose, so Tom's gonna have to secure it. Because I was gonna grow a little watermelon over there, but it's early morning and my voice is a little scratchy. I haven't been getting enough sleep. The time's really doing good. Let's go down here, push my way through the push my way through the jungle. It's still a little bit of a jungle on this side. I've got more stuff to plant. Look, that wasn't getting enough light because of the vines and stuff. This vine was just going everywhere. Got lantana, butterfly bushes coming back. Got some cotton, green cotton I never planted, and so that's, see how wet it is in here? That's got to go out. Mullein, what is that? Feverfew. I'm gonna have to make sure I keep that watered. My voice is a little scratchy. And the aloe vera back there. But we definitely need bigger fans, and they need to be really moving the air. Look, there's another one of those. At least that's coming back. I am pretty tired, so I'm gonna go ahead and sneak in here, make sure we don't have a lot of aphids, because I will have to go release a ton of ladybugs if we do, and some lacewings. I'm gonna go ahead and move those over here. But yeah, the greenhouse, I definitely need to trim this citrus. Look how big that one is. Yeah, I think if I had this greenhouse to do all over again, I definitely would have bought a bigger one. Most definitely. And I wouldn't have planted the citrus right here. I would have planted it on this side, all down this row, so it'd have a little bit more height. To me, that greenhouse in the snow we visited in Nebraska is a lot bigger than the kits. A lot deeper and a lot bigger. And so, oh, whoa, I just about fell backwards because this tropical milkweed was in my way. All right, I'm gonna just set those down here so I can take those to the back. I'm gonna go ahead and go back in, finish my coffee, try to wake up and do something with all this. This needs to go into a pot. And look, I harvested more eggplant, but they got that black on them. My cactus is doing good. I love this thing. I've always wanted one of those, and I got it a couple Christmases ago from our family. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to upload this on Mrs. Hardneck Farms because YouTube's not letting me upload to my Hardneck Farms. I have no idea what's going on in the app. I hadn't had any trouble, and then all of a sudden I'm having trouble. I think I'm gonna pull my videos and put them all on Odyssey. I may end up leaving YouTube if this stuff keeps going on. But anyway, catch y'all later. I'm gonna go ahead and shut that. Put this on. Oh, on that other channel, they also, and then our family we split the kit with, built on a little room on the front so that they could sit down and work on seed trays and fill in seed trays and stuff like that. Since I had the other greenhouses, I thought, well, I don't need that. Well, I wished I would have, because still it helps keep more thermal banking in there. And then you can come in, and I think it would make a difference. But anyway, we'll talk about that later with Tom. We have a lot more going on right now on the house. It's slowly getting there. We still have a ways to go, but the spray foam people will be here this week. One of the people are coming out today, and life will be good getting that done. All right, y'all. Talk at you later.